Because we were supposed to go live 10 minutes ago. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Joe, and Corey's upstairs.
And we're tired of waiting on Corey. We're 10 minutes late.
Corey!
He's taking his time. It's fine.
Get the fuck down here.
Yeah, so, podcast.
So, full synopsis of the first 3 episodes of Mandalorian. So, the first shot.
It's a really good fucking show.
It's fantastic.
It's a really good fucking show.
It's fantastic.
I don't believe you.
And by the way, before anyone in the comment section goes through and tries to correct me, I know there's only 2 episodes out at this point.
Episode 3 comes out in
I just thought about it. Will it be out in enough time for you guys to watch it before we leave?
Should be. The last one posted at like 6 a.m.
Yeah. I thought you guys said you wanted to leave at 6.
No, we need to pick you up by like 9.
Okay.
We were saying we needed to be up at like 6.
Gotcha.
But we wanted to pick you up by like 9.
So I'm going to sleep in until like 8:30.
That's fine.
You packed ahead of time.
Because it's not even opening till noon.
Yeah.
So,
It's a wonderful podcast watching Nick just open a bottle of whiskey and me talking about vacation plans.
yeah.
Very riveting. Can we talk about what we've played this week? Pokemon.
What have you played this week, Joe?
Yeah, no. I'm just kind of sat around not really playing anything.
What is Pokemon?
So this is what's really going to blow your mind. Would you still have broken if I hadn't said anything? Wait, I'm sorry. What I really mean is, I was talking to someone about Pokemon the other day, and one of my coworkers was like, "You play Pokemon like still?" And I was like, "Yeah, I grew up with it." And he was like, "How old is Pokemon?" 27 years. No,
Sounds about right.
that's an exaggeration.
26.
24. No, 24. Because 96.
When it came to the U.S., yeah.
So yeah, about 27 years. But long story short, Pokemon's almost 30 fucking years old. Corey, get the fuck down here!
Oh, why?
Because we went live like 5 minutes ago.
It's literally been a minute and a half.
So you did know. You just ignored us.
Actually, it's been 3 minutes so far.
Actually, it's been 3 minutes so far.
But
So
what-
it started. It came out in the U.S. in '98. It originally started in
96. February 27th.
Yes, it is.
My birthday.
Everyone's gonna see how fat I am. I don't like it. I'm large.
Large and in charge with a face so scarred.
If only we still had the video of the Nerf gun.
Oh, that's right. Television. I forgot about
That's true. By the way, you're welcome. Adrian tightened up all your guys' chairs. Apparently, they were really
that. Oh, they were.
Holy fuck! I didn't even notice.
I just thought it was because this is Tyler's chair. Like he had a better chair. Honestly.
What's up? I'm Corey.
We already announced it.
Hey, Corey's here.
So
But continue with Pokemon then.
I just want a yes or a no. Do you agree that the end of the newest episode of Rick and Morty is probably the most depressing ending since
So
Unity?
depressing. So yes, actually, as depressing as Unity, if not a little more.
It's sad.
I was
I
not
need- I've been-
expecting.
this episode.
I was not expecting the
I
direction
know.
it took.
I've been rewatching Rick and Morty. I just finished season 3, so I'm gonna start watching season 4 tonight.
Dude, it's going like- okay. Well, how the fuck
Yeah,
we get
and
here?
it's literally like the last 4 minutes. You're
It's
just like,
oh my god,
why did they do this?
it's so crazy.
What has everyone been playing?
Pokemon, like fucking crazy.
Fuck Pokemon. Sorry, man. I've been playing nothing but Fallen Order. I beat it.
How long did it take you to beat the game?
Total hour time? Maybe 21, 22 hours?
Because Scott says he beat it in 12 hours.
You said Scott said he beat it in 10 hours.
10, yeah.
12.
You said 10.
Either or. I did a lot of extra exploring, and I almost unlocked every single.
That's what he says he
If
did.
if I
He says he talked to every
What he
single
says.
person, did every single quest, beat the whole thing in 10 hours.
Because he was like,
and
I feel like I
too short.
wasted a lot of time just walking around looking at everything.
And then on top of that, when Joe looked it up online, completionist runs apparently
20
are
hours.
20 hours. And I'm like,
that's about where I set, and I don't have
I need to play
everything
it,
done
so-
either. I'm at like 93% on every planet.
I need to play it. So
right, but that's what I'm saying. So I was saying I was
I
seeing
heard about
stuff like
30.
completionist was about 30.
regardless,
yeah.
if you are a fan of Star Wars,
I need to play it. I have it installed on I have it installed on one
Mike,
computer.
I
And
want to
two
know why
Xbox
you
Ones
installed it
at
on
this
3
house.
different things.
that is a good question.
Because
There's no
I
cross save, so
Well, no.
Also-
so I installed it upstairs so Adrian could play it, and I was like, oh, I want to play it downstairs, so I installed it downstairs, and I was like, duh, I have it on PC. Why not play it on PC? So I installed it on PC, but I have it.
I was gonna
uninstalled
say,
it
so
from my
I will say right now, don't play on an Xbox.
No.
why?
It won't affect Adrian as much because Adrian's not as much of a fucking
Yeah.
Xbox has a lot of frame rate issues as well
Which-
as
No,
She's gonna be playing it on the
texture
X anyway.
pop-ins.
So
That's good,
So that
But a
will
lot
help
of it
with
is
that,
like
but still.
you'll look at something and it'll literally take it 30 seconds for the texture to pop in.
I've not heard that from anybody. That kind of stuff.
It's just all the reviews I've seen. Everyone had that issue.
oh no,
I
I'm
didn't.
not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why release a game like that?
So, it could be a movie, in my opinion. The
I
whole
believe it.
everything. So, like, I've always wanted KOTOR to be a movie. Obviously,
That
Yeah.
sucked.
says the guy who never left the
So,
opening.
yeah, I was gonna
No,
say,
I
says the guy who
did.
couldn't figure
I
out how to
went
get
to
out of the bedroom for the first 8
planet.
years.
I
of-
was like 5 trying to play that
He was
game.
on Taurus.
Yeah.
So, Taurus, whatever.
I will say,
I love this game. But even I'm
this
just
is
like, I
not
just don't
this is
care.
not a major spoiler. This is in most of the trailers,
Hold on,
and it's
because
also
Adrian's only seen one trailer, so don't say too loud.
correct. But she saw gameplay that involves what I'm about to talk about, so I know Adrian.
Go
knows
on.
about it. So yeah, it's in a lot of the or a fair amount of the trailers, and then there's actually like a 30-minute gameplay thing
Say
that was
it.
released at E3. How did you deal with the spiders?
Oh, fuck the spider.
Because
Yeah, he was texting me about that.
Dude,
He was just like, dude,
because
no.
I was watching the gameplay and Skylar came over and like he saw the gameplay and stuff like that, and about the time where we get to the spider stuff, he was like, Corey's gonna have so much fun with this.
So, the little spiders, when I see they're just creepy to me, obviously, because I don't like spiders. Little spider, but they
I don't
shoot
do spiders
acid,
at all. Ugh.
so it's not. And when they die, they explode in acid. So
Yeah.
I mean, not like graphically, but it's acid covers the ground, and if you step on
does
it,
damage.
obviously it
It's
hurts, blah, blah, blah.
xenomorph type stuff,
But
but the big
the big spiders on Kashyyyk, you step in webbing that is very hard to see. That apparently I never noticed, and I was playing. Kaylee had just went to the other room, and I yelled. Because I did not expect it, and it was like you have to press a button really fast. I was not expecting that, and it bit me because of that. So like I took a chunk of damage with it as well. There is if you parry it perfectly, there is an instant kill option with it, which is so cool.
nice.
Yeah, so like you parry it and it hits. It's only when it does a certain like thrust like pincer
Yeah.
move.
Specific attack.
So when you parry it, he gets down in the motion like the cool Jedi stance where the blade goes straight, and then he literally jumps up on the back and just stabs it straight in the big body.
Thorax?
Whatever it's
I
called.
think.
Whatever.
I think it might be.
And it kills it instantly. But it's useful. It's useful to know that because there are times you'll fight three of them at a time.
Jesus.
There are monsters on every single. This is not really if you've seen any of the trailer, you've actually seen some of the monsters, the big hulking ogre things.
Mhm.
I didn't know. But I kind of realized at a certain point there are 4 mysterious is how the achievement is worded. 4 mysterious monsters you have to find in every single map that have its own dedicated health bar. That is like rabid, albino, alpha, and I can't remember the last one, but I ended up accidentally finding all 4 of them and beating all of them.
Nice.
I did as much as possible in that game. There's still certain chests I haven't found. There's certain secrets I haven't found. So in the gameplay trailer, Cal talks about his connection to the Force when he touches things, right? If I remember correctly.
Mhm.
So that's basically the secrets. And it's really neat because it will twist between he describes what he feels and or sees when touching an object. And then there are times when you actually hear the audio. So like at one point when you're exploring a massive crashed ship that turns out to be a Republic Star Destroyer, basically. And you touch a spot and you hear the blaster bolts
Wait,
go
like
off.
Republic Star Destroyer?
Yeah, like Republic. Old
Okay.
Republic. And like, I'm talking like, Clone Wars. and like you touch something and you hear blaster bolts, and then you hear like, Master, we have to go, and you just hear like the sound, and you just hear like the Padawan go, Master. Like, so there's audio clips that kind of clue you into
which
what
they
happened.
show some of those off in the
Right.
30-minute gameplay they did for E3.
Right. And it's just kind of cool, lets you know. And if you, there was actually a moment on Kashyyyk when, you know, you're talking
Who's
to,
playing Kashyyyk in this?
what do you mean? There's a moment.
You're gonna be like, it's a planet, right?
It is a planet.
I'm making a joke like I didn't know what fucking Kashyyyk is.
Oh. No, it's just there was a.
That's why I don't talk anymore.
Shut up.
Stupid.
No, there was a moment if you go on one planet and you find a secret, and then you go to Kashyyyk, there's a shitload of people you can talk to, and one of those people talk about how they escaped the planet you had been to prior, and they only escaped the planet because of a certain friend, and it is the secret that you find. So it actually connects in more ways than one.
That's fucking cool.
It is very cool.
Corey just wants a taste.
Yeah. Don't give me like, I mean, you can give me as much as you that last one.
Jesus.
That is yours. Or mine.
I was trying to be.
Well, Firehole, here we go. Too late.
Did he just take you?
All right.
Oh.
What the
You know-
fuck is that face for?
Oh, it's so good. I already have heartburn, so someone
said
else
you
is
only-
taking the rest of that.
Just say, I really fucking love this. Here's the thing.
You
so
also like
I
the
haven't-
peatiest, nastiest, smokiest scotch I've ever met in my whole fucking life.
Yeah, but this is like
Thank you.
this is like sweet. And,
I don't-
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
totally
work
sweet.
tomorrow.
It's sweet for all of 0.42 seconds until it just hits you with pure burn. I might as well drink
Instead of
rubbing
taking
alcohol.
a sip because I'm afraid of his reaction.
It is sweet in the very beginning, and then it's just burn. It's
Angels
just-
Envy finished rye, so
it's-
it's a. I will say it's a higher proof. It is.
It's a rye whiskey. Rye
So
whiskey
3.7.
always burns. See?
50% 100 proof.
Call me bitch if you want. Rye whiskey, every rye whiskey I've always had always burns like crazy.
It's 100 proof.
It says 95.
I like my bourbon that has the
It
most.
says 95.
What says 95?
What?
95% rye whiskey.
No,
No, that's
95%
made out
rye.
of rye whiskey. Made out of rye. Sorry, that's what I meant.
It's 100 proof
So
though.
it's half alcohol, which is 100 proof.
So let me get this straight. This giant bottle of rye whiskey is only 95% rye whiskey.
Yeah.
correct. The other 5% is probably corn, which. So
I just don't get how you can like.
it's
Vast majority.
Joe.
I'm gonna have a
It's-
sip of
we're-
this nice
we're
glass
currently-
of water.
No,
It's only 50% water. The rest of it's,
no,
Technically
no.
51%.
Right there, what you're drinking. Okay, so like, say you make
Oh, I
a.
killed him.
How am I
You.
explaining this?
Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend.
I may have re-downloaded that album
This
this
is
week.
why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Um.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Okay,
just to
how
finalize
is-
what I was saying.
So that is
Fallen
one of-
Order is great. Buy Fallen Order.
At least Law and Order is great. I was like, what? What?
Fallen
Dick Wolf.
Order.
Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf
Fallen
presents
Order.
Star
There's
Wars.
a very wonderful surprise at the very end.
I already know about it.
I need to sit down.
Conan
Do you know about
O'Brien's in it? No, I didn't.
I
Turns
I
out.
do not.
So no spoilers.
No, I know. I'm not spoiling anything.
We're not spoiling. We're just telling you.
The issue is, has everyone seen every single trailer?
No.
No.
I purposefully have avoided like most information. on
There's
this.
something that happened that I didn't know. I was streaming the first like 6 hours of it, and I clipped it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was in the last trailer. They showed that.
I know. That's why I'm asking if you'd seen the last trailer.
Nick's seen it because he's seen it. He watched XO19.
You're fine. You're a little bit late, but we were very late anyway. So, or not very late. We were like 10 minutes late. So.
Yeah, no, when they showed that off, so they showed that off at
I don't know what you're
XO19.
talking about.
Don't worry about it. Then just don't.
Okay.
They showed it off at XO19.
The only trailer I
Everybody
saw
was
at
talking.
XO19 was the live action trailer.
Did you not watch the whole thing?
Apparently not.
Good.
Because I thought that was it. So I only watched that very beginning, and then we went over to.
That's what I'm
Adrian-
saying. So you did not watch all of XO19.
No, so I watched all of XO19, but what I did was I watched that opening little bit,
Okay.
and then we went to Adrian's parents for her birthday stuff,
Got it.
and then so I fast forwarded till I saw, okay, this is the next game they showed off.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, they show
So I
they show
didn't-
2 trailers.
I didn't know there was a second.
They show the
trailer
one in the
show, so I
warehouse,
did
and
not
then
see
they
that
show a gameplay trailer.
one. I only saw the live action that didn't have game.
But anyway,
So-
yes, what you were talking about.
But when they show that, it cuts out. The audience is freaking out, like screaming, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know how we kept that a secret this long." Because it literally was.
I
like,
agree.
the game came out like 5 hours later, and they were like, "I don't know how we kept it this long."
When it happened in the game, because it's so nonchalant, I clipped it so you could see as I lean back with my controller in my hand, and all of a sudden stuff starts happening. I'm like, and I lean forward, and I'm like, what the shit? And it happens. I'm like, what the shit? And like I was like, I'll show you the clip since you know.
I don't
know.
I
See
can't
it.
show you.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't know what you're talking about.
I'll play the game because I mean, since you clipped it, it's gonna be on your Twitch, so I
Yeah.
can watch it later
It's
after I play it.
fantastic.
It'll make you
I-
laugh.
I
need
need to-
this game.
I even
yeah.
tagged it with spoiler because I was so excited.
This
And then
is my thing. Oh,
and then it gets better.
is it?
It gets way better to the point where I got in trouble because I told Kaylee I was going to bed, and it felt like
Ow, fuck,
30 seconds went by, and it had been an hour. And as it ended up, like as the thing happened, I was like, "What the fuck? This is so cool!" I looked over, and Kaylee was like walking into the room. I'm like, "Why is she walking in the room?" I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I need to just sit down and play it. What were we?
I just know real quick while you're thinking of what we were talking about.
Okay.
No, this is definitely a game. My problem was I was like, I really don't want to get into this game, and I was like, I don't want to like it because I was like, it's an EA Star Wars game. Most likely, it's gonna suck. And then everyone's
Don't think of it as an
freaking out.
EA
I'm
Star
like,
Wars game. Think of
It's
it
a
as a
Respawn.
Respawn Star Wars game.
The EA
Which
was like,
I
money,
will
money,
say-
money, money.
You've played Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is
Yeah,
probably
first
the
person.
best first-person shooter campaign we've had in a long time.
Not a lot.
Original?
Okay.
I'll give you original,
What do you mean?
That was
like
the first
original
part.
IP.
Sure.
Wait, what are we talking about? It's
What
not
do you mean
original
best
IP.
first person like campaign?
The campaign for Titanfall 2
Oh yeah, Nick
blew me
Rock,
away.
the-
I
was
thought
a
it was
great
one of the
story.
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nick really
so
liked that.
so does Respawn hold up with
Oh,
making
yeah.
a phenomenal fucking
Yes.
campaign?
Okay,
That was
this is the thing. You're basically asking like, hey, Battlefield 4 had a really cool campaign. I loved it.
Well,
The greatest thing ever. Like
two-
this game that's a first-person RPG or third-person RPG, holding up
Well-
the same to as a.
No, in your regards though, Battlefield 4's campaign I very much enjoyed.
I do not even remember it except the end.
They're-
I remember them saying,
it's
"Hey,
mostly because
who
they
lives?
do-
This person or
the
this
whole
person?"
purpose of the campaign. Yeah, I know. The whole purpose of the campaign is to give you that Battlefield moment feeling. What's a better campaign is 3. Battlefield 3.
Battlefield
So I
3
never played
was
through it.
Battlefield 3
You're doing yourself a
has one
disservice,
of the
brother.
coolest missions in the world, and that is the airplane mission that we have
No
talked
Russian?
about. Huh?
That's
No.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's the one where you are the targeting the co-pilot on the jet, and you take off from a
We talked about
carrier. Yes,
I don't remember that.
I like jizzed my pants when it was happening because I was playing on the projector at my dad's with surround sound.
Battlefield 3.
Yes. So like all the stuff's
I
going
remember
down.
Projector.
It like
That place
opens
was
up and literally like it gets bright and you're looking at like one of the bulkhead doors and it opens and like guys like come on we gotta or no girls like come on we gotta go we're ready for a sortie and as they walk out it is storming like mad crazy. You're on very clearly you're on a carrier and you climb up, you grab your helmet and you put it on and you climb up into the cockpit and you slide the thing down and then the canopy closes and it goes from like super loud pitter patter rain to and it's like all muffled and you hear the water like hitting it like you can look around and so you're not the pilot, you're not directly flying, but you are like responsible for firing flares, firing missiles, targeting everything, firing guns, so on and so forth.
Gotcha.
And it's on rails. It was just the experience
No, yeah.
fucking phenomenal. Like when so have you ever seen anyone on an aircraft carrier any videos or anything like when they get down to the go launch where they get
Oh,
real
yeah,
super
yeah,
low to make sure they don't get blown off? So literally you look over and then both of you and the pilot salute and he puts out his arm and it's just and like in the chair I was like fuck. It was great. It was one of those experiences.
It also
like,
helps that you're watching
absolutely
it with a projector on a 120-inch
Exactly.
wall.
exactly
Like,
So it was like the whole wall was just this crazy experience. It's like, and like you're going in and out of clouds. It's so cool. So cool.
Now I remembered what we were talking about. So to explain what that means on the rye. So this is a rye whiskey, okay?
Mhm.
Now, the build for what they use to make the whiskey is 95% rye and 5% something else.
Okay.
So like
But
you-
no,
So then it should say mostly rye whiskey.
no, if it was 100%, then it would say a straight rye, which means that it's only rye.
Can't be gay rye. I mean, seriously.
Well, no, but I mean, like,
2019, we can't-
technically just regular rye is because it's different.
Legally,
Not
to be
straight.
called rye, it has to be 51% rye. So as long as it's over 51% rye, the majority of it is
So
rye.
it could be
therefore,
49% vodka and it's still rye whiskey.
Yeah.
No, because it has to be
I tried.
51% rye. It has to be aged in brand new charred American oak barrels, aged a minimum of 4 years.
Yeah, they did all
So-
that, but they also they
They-
watered it down with some vodka.
But you also cannot add anything to it that changes the flavor after you pull it out of the barrel.
Yeah, vodka just takes the flavor of whatever you pour into it.
No, because vodka is. If you drink it,
I'm just fucking with
I was gonna say
Well,
you're making the bartender like have an aneurysm.
I know.
if you drink it and then you drink it watered down with vodka, they will taste different. Therefore, that legally is no longer considered a rye whiskey. However, this is not a rye whiskey. This is a finished rye whiskey.
So here, I would like
it
to.
does say that.
I would like to also add a point. So legally,
Do
for
they
it
have
to
a
be,
first-person shooter for the 3DS? I've always wanted to get better at first-person shooters. Okay.
everything you just said kind of blew my mind.
They have Modern Warfare for the DS.
Why?
They also have it for the phone.
Call of Duty Mobile, yeah.
It's actually not terrible.
Actually,
Yeah, it's
no,
actually
it's,
not
it's
terrible.
really fucking good, actually.
I was
But
surprised.
I've been having a blast playing it. What was the Serious Sam? We had Serious Sam. Actually,
Game
no,
Boy
we had that on Game Boy
Advance?
Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
How did
actually
you play that on Game Boy
It
Advance?
was not easy.
not easy at all.
Why
Like
don't question it.
I have to.
We
'cause I
played the
that.
Nintendo 64. Try to play it now.
Yeah, dude.
I tried. I tried.
I will let that console forever live in my memory.
Yeah, and only
tried
my
to-
memory.
We
'cause
tried
it's
to
like,
play Goldeneye, and it
Right.
was like,
Yeah.
dude, oh my god.
Adrian
I had
and
to
a
keep stopping
6-year-old.
because I was like running, and then it was like, okay, now stop. Okay, move your hand to another portion of the controller, and then try to look around to aim. And then it's like, how the fuck do you aim with this? And then like
Yeah.
Tyler's just
it
mowing us
was
down.
definitely weird.
Well, Adrian faced off against a little kid at a lock-in, and it was like Adrian and this 6-year-old who had never held an N64 controller before in his life.
She whooped his
Adrian
ass.
beat him by 1 kill
Oh, yeah, that's it.
because we are
as like,
so
as
used
like
to.
a kid,
Oh yeah,
you're also super adept at just learning new
Well,
shit on the fly.
and it's
I
also
guess.
it's also the situation of when we were kids. That was the console we played day in, day out, every day of the week. Like that was. I was gonna say, if you need me to take, because I was about to get a refill. If I will
Seriously.
easily take whatever you don't want. But no, it's but I was one of those where like we played it all the fucking time, so we got used to the control scheme really quickly. I thought you were trying to feed some of that to Talia. I was like,
No, I'm not fucking stupid. No, I did give her some chocolate earlier.
So in order for this to be rye whiskey, it has to be at least 51%, right?
correct.
What is the
49%,
point
whatever.
of being 95% at that point? You why?
Stronger?
Just it has
Or
a more
stronger.
rye flavor. So the more so like if you use corn versus rye, corn is going to give it a sweeter flavor.
So it's gonna
whereas-
change the flavor.
So
but
it
you
shouldn't
did that
be.
before you
So
put
it shouldn't be a
in
rye
barrel.
whiskey. We've gone full circle, bitches.
No, no. So corn will make it sweeter. Rye makes it more.
tired of
I guess spicy.
So is there a corn
It is
corn
spicy.
whiskey that if you add rye to it, it stays as a corn whiskey?
So corn whiskey is bourbon.
You're bourbon.
Corn whiskey is bourbon, but there's
Explains why I like bourbon. That makes so much more sense.
have you ever had a white bourbon? Or not
Wow,
technically.
we're
See,
bringing
that's what you
race
thought.
into this.
Well,
That's a
no.
good
So I'll buy a bottle of George Dickel. It's not too expensive.
George Dickel.
George Dickel #1.
Dickel.
yeah, he is.
Hold on.
Sounded like he said-
George Dickel is number one. Dickel number one.
So George Dickel #1 is
He's gonna spit.
is an unaged white whiskey. So it can't. It's not a bourbon because it's not
He
aged 4
was
years.
Number one.
No. So what's interesting about it though
remember the name.
is they literally they distill it and they take it right out of the distillation process and go right into bottling. So there's no barrel contact whatsoever. So when you drink it, it literally tastes like you're drinking the water you just like siphoned off of a like pot of corn.
What
Like
if
you
I
just
drink
made corn in
all
your house,
5 of these
pulled the
liquors that are
water
on the table
out, and
mixed
now you're
together in a
drinking
cocktail?
that. It just happens to be alcoholic.
Weird.
Make me a
It's
cocktail
really
out of
good.
all 5 of those.
Anyway, back to the main.
It just sounds like a really fucking weird like Long Island with nothing to cut it.
Back to the main discussion.
Star
of
Wars.
Two
Star
whiskeys,
Wars.
2 rums and a tequila.
Just
and Fresca.
just get it.
It's a
I
whiskey
want it,
sour.
I know. Just get it.
Just
Just
get
the Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
I mean, like,
Nick owns 3 copies of it, but won't lend me one.
I
even-
own 2 copies of it. One is
Even-
PC and the other is Xbox.
even though
Adrian's is
like
the Xbox.
graphics are just so fucking
It
beautiful.
is a gorgeous fucking
The
game.
fact when you walk through, it's dark and like little BD is like trying to light up the way, and you just go and hold it up, and it illuminates everything, all gorgeous. So well done.
Too bad I just don't like Star Wars.
Right. I don't believe you in the slightest.
Yeah.
The
I'm
Night
still
Sisters are
mad.
super cool. So this
What
the Night Sisters. So
They're
there's
the opposite
Night
of the Day
Sisters-
Brothers.
Oh,
No, so the Night Sisters are what you
Day
mean.
Man.
The Night Sisters are the technical, the original trainers. Like Darth Maul was a Night Brother. Darth
Was he?
Maul, yes.
Yeah.
That's how Sidious found him.
That's going more into lore.
so that was
less
before he
in-
was a Sith?
Correct.
correct.
Like,
That's where Darth Maul
Darth
actually
Maul
learned.
was a good guy?
No,
they're not good.
they
guys.
they're
Oh,
they're like witches basically of the Star Wars.
Okay.
yeah.
When you were saying trainer, I thought you were saying like just Jedi trainers.
No.
I was like, he was
No,
a
no, no,
fucking
no.
like, okay.
um,
Where did you learn all this anyway? Like,
nerd.
The internet.
Well,
No, but
literally
like,
looking
well,
random shit
so
up.
so also so he
'cause I'm
he
assuming
learned
this
it by
is from
looking it
before
up.
The game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So he's saying he learned it from looking it up. Most of
Okay.
that stuff, like pre episode 1 Darth Maul,
Okay.
there's a lot of origin story stuff within Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels.
Rebel.
Oh, okay. I'll give
Um,
you Rebels. I was gonna say everything else got thrown out though. So,
The
Clone Wars is not.
Clone Wars stayed.
Clone Wars stayed.
I thought
Yeah.
they threw it out.
No. Now it was made before the cutoff,
Yeah.
but they specifically said we are using that and making it canon because we are doing these shows that are spin-offs.
Gotcha.
So they actually pulled it from before canon, put it up here, and then other stuff is being retroactively made canon, such as there's stuff that's going on in Rebels that deals with Revan. So technically, yep.
one of the episodes
So-
Revan is in it.
So
I was very excited about that.
yeah,
I bet you were.
I've
So-
only seen that episode of all of Clone Wars. No, I've only seen that episode and then the one focused around just the clones when they're trying to take some outpost.
Oh, and the clones are protecting it.
Yes.
That is a damn good fucking
That is
episode.
amazing.
Okay, this is what I don't get. Okay, hold on. I have an actual Star Wars question. So
Okay.
for being a Star Wars fan, I don't look into a whole lot of the lore. I need to.
Sure.
Adrian gave me a few books that I need to start reading. But so, if I'm remembering correctly, and I apologize if I'm going to make myself sound stupid by asking this.
You're fine.
Okay, so Jango Fett,
Mhm.
Boba Fett's dad, right?
Boba Fett, technically, but yes, go on.
What?
Boba Fett is technically
A clone of Jango Fett.
Okay, so we're getting on the
with,
right page.
with no advanced.
So,
Okay,
w-
so
when they made
the
the
clones
Let him finish his question.
are all clones of Jango Fett.
correct.
Yes.
Okay, so the Mandalorians aren't gone.
So the clones themselves, though,
Uh huh.
have very short lifespans. Like in A New Hope, there
Uh-huh.
were no more clones except for
I just thought they were all murdered.
a lot
Like,
of the 501st are still clones.
Okay.
So, so you.
So wait, hold on. That started in New Hope.
What?
So the stormtroopers in A New Hope aren't clones.
No.
Huh. I
So-
thought that
yeah.
started with Force Awakens.
Nope.
No.
Huh.
No. So,
So at what point were they like, hey, we're
There-
out of
there-
clones,
there
let's start
may be-
recruiting guys?
there may be
Palpatine
some,
does
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Palpatine started it, but there are still technically some clones
Some.
in right, but it's not like the entire army like it was.
I
in
legit
the
have spent
prequel
the last 27 years thinking it was all.
So here's the other thing. So when they made the clones for the army,
Okay. Oh, I do have one more question about Mandalorian.
Let me put
Totally
this Rick and
forget.
Morty style.
'Kay.
Rick makes a clone of somebody, and then he puts them into a vat, and then that grows them real fast.
Yeah.
They did that to all the clones. But part of their agreement, Jango Fett said, yes, you may use me as a basis for these clones, but I want you to give me a clone that doesn't have any of those enhancements in it.
Okay,
So
first
he
of all,
raised it as his own son.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Boba
the
Boba
Fett.
Fett
really
is technically-
sketchy guy who isn't known to be trustworthy went to the Emperor, who's not known to be trustworthy, and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this for you, but make me a clone."
No.
He made the
He-
agreement with the
with-
Camino.
Yeah, the people from Camino.
El
Is that the
Camino?
people?
Not
is
El
Camino where they go
This
and
is not Breaking
attack
Bad
the
Yeah,
clones?
it's all the water planet.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
the, the,
The
tall,
giraffe
Yeah,
people.
weird guys walking around. Yeah,
Okay. I do vaguely remember that.
Mhm.
I haven't seen Attack
because
of
he
the
was
Clones in
living
so
because he
long.
was living at their base in Camino when Pretty Boy Jedi Master
Obi-Wan?
Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan when Obi-Wan found him in Camino, and then he like talks to him, and then
Yeah.
they have the whole fight in Camino, and then like Jango Fett dies, and then Boba Fett as a kid like gets his dad's helmet, and blah blah blah, and like
Yeah.
that whole thing starts off. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. One last question.
Go on.
Some spoilers for Mandalorian. Not a lot, but some minor spoiler. Well, I don't know. I don't think
care.
you care, but I don't know if anyone's watching. This is very small though. But in Mandalorian, they go to the Mandalorian goes to some guy, and that guy says something about what is it? I believe the Mandalorian should have something back, or they should reclaim, or he says something like
Beskar.
Yes. What is that?
It's metal. It's the metal that makes their
Okay,
armor.
so he hands the Mandalorian that little plate
It's
thing
the
that they melt down. He makes
it's basically like an iron ingot. It's an
Okay.
ingot of Beskar.
Correct. Beskar is a
So-
very, very, very rare, highly valuable metal
And dense.
that, again,
But
with
light.
Mandalorians, it's part of their culture and their religion.
yes,
So they use Beskar to actually make armor.
Yes.
His armor's
'Cause that's in the
actually part
episode,
of their
they show
religion.
that.
Right. So most of his armor, like his helmet, is Beskar.
Yeah.
The rest of his outfit is not.
with the exception
So
of one.
now
thing,
he has this shoulder piece. So everything else can easily be destroyed. The
which you
Beskar-
can see on it.
Correct,
It looks
correct,
like it's
correct.
falling apart, and it looks like shit.
Correct.
It
Not only
doesn't
that, but if
match
you
it,
watch the
like-
most recent episode,
They have
it
here.
gets
it gets fucked up.
torn apart.
Like,
so
yeah.
But the Beskar is like
my other
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
question with that then is, I'm assuming because it's a part of their religion, Mandalorians had Beskar.
Yeah.
Why don't they now?
Empire took it all.
Empire just stormed in and was like, "We're taking this shit."
Empire did a lot of that. So,
Empire's fucking terrible.
so
I know,
literally,
but I know some people
um,
that are like, "I love the Empire."
so
the Empire's
because of-
terrible." I'm like,
I know a lot of
"Stupid."
people that are probably like, "Oh, we like the Nazis."
that's fair. No, because
did a
of
lot of
Fallen
bad things
Order,
too.
I started looking a lot into the
Think anything
Inquisitors.
good, though.
So like in Fallen Order, I started looking into, or because of Fallen Order, I started looking into Inquisitors.
Okay, what are Inquisitors?
Inquisitors in Fallen Order is like the second sister, the chick with the black helmet, who has the double-sided lightsaber that spins.
Yes, there you
Yes,
go.
the second sister. So they're called second sister, fifth brother, ninth sister, so on and so
Oh,
forth. They don't
God
have
damn.
names.
Okay,
Sorry,
That's
Dad.
what they go by. What?
I don't know. Adrian just texted me a link to her Twitter saying, "Hey, I made a tweet at your expense."
Nice.
Let's see what this says.
So, looking in the Inquisitors, they are basically Jedi seekers to kill Jedi.
okay.
That is literally the whole purpose and point of existence. Most of the time, they are also turned Jedi. Did not realize that.
There.
Turned Jedi.
What does that mean?
They
Uh,
were Jedi. And
they
they're
were
not.
Jedi and now they're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not Sith though. They're not strong enough to be
I
Sith.
thought so. Hold on. So that's another question then. So technically, following that, Order 66 didn't wipe everyone out.
That is correct.
Because I thought the only people that didn't get wiped out were Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin was no longer Jedi at that point.
And
So- Who else?
Starkiller.
Starkiller wasn't a Jedi though.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But even
Um,
there, Star Killer.
No, these
Canon?
are just small things I wish they would have
Starkiller is
included
canon,
in
yes.
Fallen
How is
Order.
that canon?
What Starkiller?
Yeah.
Because it technically takes place and reveals the origin of the rebellion.
But so what I'm saying is, so Force Awakens or Force Unleashed is canon.
Technically, I
Force
believe so.
Unleashed 1 and 2 are.
So what got erased then? Everyone threw a fit about it.
All
Everything
the
got
books.
erased.
The
and, like,
300 books before and the 300 books after, like all of this stuff where it's Star Wars Legacy of the Force
And like
the
Thrawn,
new
have you
Jedi
ever heard
Order.
of? Have you ever heard of Thrawn?
I know the name. Like I've
He's
heard that.
he's basically Grand Admiral Thrawn is like a military genius.
Okay.
Doesn't exist anymore. He's basically has a best-selling.
He does exist again.
Does he? Do they
Star
make
Wars Rebels.
it? Oh, nice, cool.
Also,
Oh, that's Timothy Zahn.
Yeah,
yeah,
which means he probably has the same charm since he's turned to a certain page.
I do. Where is it?
Uh-oh. It got
There it
screwed
is.
on. Oh, that's neat.
And then this is the first of the Hand of Thrones. Haha.
I still have a signed, whatchamacallit. Oh, you got one too, didn't you? Fucker. I was
It's
trying
right
to
there.
have something on you.
See, this is my
Anyway.
problem. Is everyone at this table? Let me rephrase that. Everyone. Okay, you, him, Adrian, were excluded. Has fucking ridiculous knowledge of Star Wars, and I feel
Yeah.
like we all grew up with the same material, and I don't remember.
Well,
any
it's-
of
it's
it.
what
I
you-
I
hold
read
on,
a
no.
lot of
A very equal counterpart. How much knowledge do I have of Simpsons? Exactly. Same concept.
yeah. It's just
I
I
just put my points into the wrong thing.
Fair enough. You,
you
put it
picked the
into
wrong
a,
dump stat,
you
buddy.
you grabbed a spell that just changes the sound.
The fact that I did that and then fucking
It took 2 months to
It
pay
spent
off.
2 months.
So
It
good.
took forever,
what's so
but that
funny-
was so great.
What's so funny is, I'm sorry, I'm going way off topic with this. No, the fact of, so we were sitting there, and he and I went back to a tavern. You got Castiel
talking about our D&D
and
game, by the way.
Denry were gone. They just left. I don't remember where Ilyasa or Liana went.
Liasa and Eliana.
That is what I'm trying to say.
So
Anyway, but I remember we were like, we're going to a tavern. Fuck it, we're getting drinks. And then he's just like, I guess I just pull out my what do you play? A lute or a mandolin?
Lute.
He's like, I just pull out my lute and I just start playing. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know if now's the time to use this like joke.
such
Do I
a
want to
good
waste it
moment.
right now? But I was like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't waiting any longer. So like,
one of the moments I wish I had the camera recording, like the 360
Just the look
camera.
on his face, like
not just it was the look on his face and everyone else's pure confusion. And I said, and he goes, "Wait, I'm playing my lute, right?" And I said, "Yep." And you hear the sound of an organ. Everyone's super confused, like face goes, like
sudden
everyone
realization.
knew exactly, and everyone was on the same
the
page.
best thing is I'm sitting there and I get on my phone. I send Corey a text and I'm sitting there and he's like, okay, what are you doing? And I was like, and I pick up my phone and I'm like,
And he goes, I'm just drinking at the
and I
bar."
was like, yeah,
And so
I'm just drinking
okay,
at the
that's
bar.
cool.
And I'm sitting, I don't want him to know.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know.
And I'm sitting there.
but the
with my
look
phone.
on his face of just like
An
I retune it.
Yeah, no.
I retuned it.
Yeah. I forgot I said that.
you were like, I have a lute. And I was like, yeah. And you're like, but an organ? Like you kept repeating
Like-
to yourself, like, is he?
There's
not
something
hearing
I
what
feel
I'm
like I'm
saying?
missing, but you're not giving me all of my
The
information.
best part is I feel like he kept reaffirming it because he was like, okay, clearly Corey's not understanding me. I'm playing a lute.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I was like,
Just
yes,
like-
and the sound is an organ.
And he's
And you're
like,
like,
organ,
no, but I'm
lute.
playing a lute.
You're not listening.
What does my tattoo say?
Did you hear? They actually came out and talked. I'm sorry, you're getting me off on another tangent. If Tyler was here, yeah, you need to be Tyler. They talked to Sean William Scott recently about Dude, Where's My Car? And he was like, I'm not making a joke. He was like, I seriously wish I was making a joke. I was this stupid with that age making Dude, Where's My Car? He said he and Ashton Kutcher would go out to dinner every day after shooting and would talk about, can you believe that we're going to win Oscars for this movie? Like, this.
Oh.
He was like, this, he was like, this is the pinnacle of art filmmaking. Like, this is the best film we're ever going to make. And he says he watches it now and he's still like, I still agree. It was a damn good movie. But he straight up thought, he was like, he said when he found out he wasn't nominated for an Oscar, he was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
get
funny.
That's hilarious.
Star Wars. All I was
yeah.
saying is I looked into the Inquisitors and I found out that they were started by Palpatine and they're head by Vader, and
I may trade in
Speaking of
Nick's deluxe edition of Spider-Man and get it.
speaking of Inquisitors, I did get Old Republic updated too.
I installed it.
Huh.
I've not played it, or like I don't even know if I have a character on there.
I probably won't.
Oh, okay.
Ever?
No, it's not that. It's I
just-
want to. You guys have no idea how much I want to get back into that game, and every time I get back on, I'm so overwhelmed with all the extra shit that they
Yeah.
might
Well,
have
'cause-
added.
'cause
Or
The new expansion looks amazing.
Right.
So take that. Add 8 more expansions onto it.
Wind
And
it
that's
back.
how I feel every time I try to get on WoW.
right.
It's just like there's too
Well,
much.
like with Star Wars, I'm in my element because I understand everything. I know
Well,
what's
yeah.
going on. I fucking love my
I need to play
Jedi
so
Guardian
bad.
that I made. And like that's why I made a Sith Juggernaut, because I purely love this. There's
I
no
remember you
greater
saying that.
there's no greater feeling than jumping in PvP. I'm jumping in as a Guardian, and I hit just like one cooldown, and like everyone's shooting at me and trying to hit me, and I'm like, does it fucking matter? It was just super cool. Like that
But-
game is.
but
I
like,
remember
that's
that
also a
game
game
came
where-
out.
It brought a whole new meaning to a good story in an MMO.
yeah, I agree.
Like,
That was BioWare, wasn't it?
yeah, that's
That's a
part
game
of
that
the-
we never talked
Drew
about. though.
Karpyshyn actually wrote the majority of that.
But I mean,
one.
that's a
No,
game
not
we
the
every
majority.
time we talk about
Okay.
BioWare, like we don't.
He
mention
wrote.
that.
So they have different writers per story. Every story is a different writer.
So Drew Karpyshyn did
Drew
the
Karpyshyn did the
Jedi
Jedi Guardian.
Guardian. Yeah,
Yes.
because that's
So-
It- Finalizes the whole Revan.
correct.
Can I play that game solo?
Yeah,
What?
Old Republic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
I didn't know if that's a game
well-
that plays like ESO or like.
And-
I-
and
No,
I don't-
so
I don't
that's
know what it
that's
plays
what I like about it personally is that so World of Warcraft is great. Obviously, it's been around for 900,000 years. Everyone loves the
800,000,
gameplay
sorry.
in it and everything. And you talk to people in WoW, they can go and solo a dungeon, or they can solo this, that, and the other, whatever. That's fine. That's great. But there's nothing really epic. It kind of feels like you're just going through cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Whereas Star Wars, it's the same aspect of you are going through that cannon fodder, but they make so many more cannon. Instead of one spider, you're fighting 6 people,
Yeah.
and that's because it takes 1 or 2 hits to kill a person because you have a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So you're more heroic. You're running in, and like with my Marauder, who's a fucking Twi'lek, who's all dark-sided out and has like is super pale, almost white, but has like black stripes going through. He's running with his dual lightsabers, and someone shoots at him, and he starts deflecting blaster bolts. You get close, and you just kill all of them in the span of like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
but it's also one that's awesome because from the perspective again of storytelling in an MMO,
That's about
You-
to be my question.
you play it and it's almost
Oh,
like
it's
you're
only from your point of view.
Correct.
you've played a BioWare game, right?
Technically, yes. No, like I've never beaten one. I've never put more than
Okay.
5 hours in.
Okay, so
I need to.
whenever you get into
I think Knights of the
conversations,
Old Republic is the longest I've played a BioWare game.
whenever you get into conversations, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
now pick your decision, and then based on what your choices are, dictate where the story goes and everything like
Correct.
that. Now, what you pick is what is shown to you.
Yes.
But if there are other people in the party, then whoever gets the highest roll is what is shown. But the stuff that happens to you in game is still dictated by what you chose.
Because
so if you
technically it's your story.
correct. So if you chose, oh, I'm gonna do a light side thing for this, and it'll give me light side points. But one of your other parties is like, well, I want to kill the orphans and piss on their corpses. Then you see death to orphans and pissed on their corpses.
So I can't see
but
what
it-
happened in my decision though.
But
No,
it
you
knows
see yours only.
no.
In a story mission, not in like a.
Well, but in a story mission, you're the only person that
Correct.
matters. I'm saying in
like
like
a
the
dungeon?
dungeons and stuff.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. So if you're doing a story decision, or if you're doing a story mission, you are the only person that is making those decisions. Everybody else can choose, and then
They're
they get their
basically
stuff.
Floating.
But if you're doing like a dungeon or like a side quest where there's actual conversations and stuff, it'll show you whoever rolled the highest. And then, but if you picked light side and somebody else picks dark side, you don't get dark side points. You still get the light side points because that's what you chose to
yeah,
do.
you can
Gotcha.
still build your character how you want,
Correct.
and it's kind of like you neglect to take part. So like, there's a point in the very very first one where you can choose to just fucking kill the captain because he's not listening because you're maybe Sith bounty hunter whatever. This is of course from the Empire side. Or you could try to like reinforce like, no, we have to do this, like constructive light side. And more times than not, it's hysterical because you have 4 people, and all 4 of them are rolling their own things, right? So when you see it's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill these fuckers. They're dead. I'm a goddamn Sith. That's exactly what happened. And then the fucking bounty hunter's just like, no, it's okay. You're a fucking bounty hunter, goddamn.
I was gonna say when I played Empire, I'm a light side bounty hunter.
Gotcha.
So.
So this is my other question. World of Warcraft
Yeah.
has incredible lore and story.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Probably. But in a 10-minute cinematic trailer has more story than you will find in an entire expansion.
False.
Bear with me.
In Old Republic. In
No.
Old Republic, it's the exact opposite.
That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah,
There is
Okay.
more lore and story.
Because my
and
problem
that
with
you
World
get
of
all of
Warcraft, I love World of Warcraft, but it's like, oh, you want the
You wanna
story?
watch a
You need to
movie
go
of
watch
it.
the book,
yeah.
or you need to go read this.
Watch the
because
book.
read the. But the
Whoa! Fucking Harry Potter, bro.
But like my thing with WoW is it's like, oh, okay, like new expansion. I'm so
Wow.
excited. I can't wait to play this story. And you get in and they're like, oh yeah, Sylvanas, she burned the tree. What are we gonna do? Well, I need you to go kill 5 wild boars for me, and then I'll let you know what
So,
you have. And then
That'll
it's like,
help us resurrect the tree.
yeah, and
Here-
it's like what?
So,
like no,
don't get
I'm
me
not
wrong.
Seeing it.
Don't get me wrong. Old Republic does have a lot of time wasting stuff where it's like we're just
It
trying
is
to.
an MMO.
Yes. However, if
All
you are
those time wasters.
subscribed, so the 15 a month thing,
Yeah.
they've now made it to where you get so much experience from story missions that you can go from 1 to max level with only playing story
It is
missions.
actually really cool. It's
So you
such a
don't
cool
have to do
concept.
all of those filler missions. or anything.
However,
you can if you
in
want.
a reverse regard, those filler missions also have their own story attributed to them.
Correct. So it's like so like the planet is one giant storyline that you're trying to do, and
Yeah.
like you have little hooks to go from this plane to this plane to this plane, and so on and so forth with your story missions. But at the same time, each planet has different areas.
It's literally just a filler arc.
Each area, each
Yeah,
area has
but
its
it
own.
also includes overall. It's an overall, or it's
Yeah.
like in Skyrim, the main story is technically the Dragonborn's, story.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to participate with either the Stormcloaks or the Imperials.
Or the Fighters Guild and
Fighters Guild.
Mages
Yeah,
Guild,
so
or
it's-
like
Like, and when I'm talking about story, like the very first mission on either the bounty hunter or agent area, there is a guy sitting outside, and he's talking about, or no, there's a woman sitting outside. She's talking about her husband, her no good husband, took her son. He was going to become he's a
Yeah.
great force user. He's a Sith. You need to go get him back because he is going to be someone great, right? And this is your
and
first
he used to work for the
entry-
Empire because he.
This is
Yeah.
your first entry into either dark side or light side.
Okay.
So you go to the hangar, you end up finding him, and he comes up and he goes, "Oh no, my wife's saying you blah blah blah." And he talks about how the Sith. I've seen what the Sith will do. They will destroy my son. I'm taking him off world, and you can choose at that point to either give him credits if you want to be super light. You could choose to let him go. You could choose to take the son, and you could choose to kill the father. So
I gave him money.
yeah. So at that point,
It's just like such a like spectrum of like,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
here's credits. Get your son away from here. We need to protect you.
Right.
I don't want
Or
the
I
Empire
will
to take
orphan
him,
your
or
son.
I'm gonna fucking kill you and
But-
kidnap you.
the mission doesn't end because you have to go back to the wife and then tell her what you did.
Can you lie?
Yes.
Yes.
You can absolutely lie and say that you killed him and sent the son off to. That's an option. So they do include extra things where if you want to still be kind of devious, like neutral, you absolutely
I want to be like, hey, I want to go and give the guy credits. Be like, look, get your son out of here. And then go to the wife and be like, I fucking murdered him. Sorry, I botched the job.
you can.
Fucking
Yeah,
murdered him.
absolutely, it's an option.
Time to move on. Hey, now that you're on the market.
Sada. I will also say
I do love that game, but I just don't. I know you.
Mhm.
When's the last time we played Destiny together? That is exactly why I
I
don't.
think
Here-
I think
here-
I've played with Corey more recent than you have.
That is correct.
here's my thing,
I've never
agreed.
been this gun.
but it's specifically
so close to reset.
it's specifically
true.
because you and I were completely
I know.
opposite shapes.
I understand.
Which is why I don't get why you and I don't play more.
I
I
don't know.
just text you more.
Oh, I was gonna
So I'm
say
saying
I'm
you and I
online.
both work like opening.
The I know we have what 25 days left in the season.
Yeah.
Right? Does that
Okay.
sound right? I'm only 700. I'm only at level or season level 71.
Really?
I'm at
I think
97.
I'm at, like,
I want to
30,
just
30.
jump on and finish it off so that way I can at least like
There's no way I'm gonna
push
make
on to the
it.
next.
Next season, I will definitely
This
try harder.
weekend, like
but-
this Saturday, I want to just focus hella hardcore on it.
See, my issue is I didn't realize that, like, how do I explain this?
With words.
No, like,
Fair.
I didn't try to hit level 100 because I was like, well, it's gonna be fucking impossible. And then like Nick
really
just
not.
from doing, I was like, oh, I wish I had known that. And I would have.
Yeah.
So like next season, I'm like, now that I know it's achievable, I can do. It. But I thought it was gonna be one of those things of like, oh, only like the best of the best are gonna hit 100, and everyone else is probably gonna teeter off around like 50 or 60.
I really-
was like, I don't care then.
I really wish Tyler was here because I would love to talk to him about the new thing. So the Vex Overmind is now back, which is a boss from one of the Destiny 1 strikes. He's
Oh,
back
yeah.
from the portal that they built behind Ikora, which is very cool, right? Very neat. It's just Vex offensive.
Yeah.
I am
People were-
so
yeah.
let down.
People were really pissed.
It
Especially
is
considering the fact of the way that Corey was like,
meh.
it's coming. Okay, that story's coming, Corey. I know you're looking for
Yeah.
it. It's coming.
and like
it's like,
all
oh,
they
it's
were
just-
just like, it's the exact same thing you've been playing,
But
but
now
we
it's called
slightly
something
altered the
different.
boss.
I still
Sorry,
need to fucking beat Shadowkeep so I can actually go through and do Vex Offensive and all that. I mean, I can technically do it. I have done it, but
You know, you
okay.
haven't done Vex
Okay.
I've
Offensive.
done Vex Offensive. Because
Oh.
every time I've done this, you've said the same thing. You do not have to have beaten Shadowkeep to do Vex Offensive.
So you've gone into the map
I
and clicked
think-
Vex Offensive and then did the matchmaking.
I was in a fire team that did, yes.
I was gonna say technically, I don't think it's restricted if you haven't beaten Shadow, because I think it's technically allowable to be played even if you don't have Shadowkeep
because
the
I had to
problem
beat
is-
Shadowkeep before.
to access to start it. But if I had it unlocked, I believe technically if you were in my
The
party,
same
I could
way,
start it.
I was not allowed to attack that nightmare that was in that cave. But when Corey attacked it, all of us fought it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now, my other thing with that though is with Shadowkeep is I have all of those Vex components or whatever that you're supposed to be given to our Ikora. We got like 100 of them. I can't turn any of them in.
Well, no, you don't
because
collect them. They don't go to your inventory or anything. It's a
I have like
bar.
95 things in my inventory
Not-
that I can't turn in because it says take this to Ikora. I go to Ikora and she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "I have these things," and then like she's like, "What are you
They
talking
don't even
about?"
go to my inventory. They go straight to Ikora.
The green thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
no,
that
they're in
falls
my
on the
inventory.
ground?
Yeah,
But are you sure it's the same thing? Because
it says Vex components.
but there's
It says
another
take these to
there's
Ikora to
another
build the
thing that
gateway.
Ikora has that you can buy guns from, gun components from.
Let me see if the Destiny app's working. By the way, this app has been down all fucking week, and I'm getting really
Yeah.
tired
Why
of it.
has it been down?
That's a valid
There's
question.
no
Yeah.
no one knows about it.
I'm on Steam.
Liar, you're right here.
That's fair.
You're not in gaseous form.
So does anyone know? Well,
What
my-
the fuck?
So what is your
Nick.
guys' Steam username for real? If you want to say it.
I'm confused
As
as,
it-
to why
like-
it's telling me that I don't have a Steam account.
Not from what you see, but what your actual account is to log in.
oh, mine's Neo Bruner. Why?
Mine's not.
Corona 1031.
Hey, bud, it won't let me log in either.
Steam's not letting you log in?
Nope.
What the fuck is going on?
Destiny and Steam have started a conspiracy. Half-Life
There
3
we go.
confirmed.
I just gotta-
Technically, Half-Life.
Also,
Alex was
why
gonna-
am I only level 825?
Okay, good.
Scrub.
Something's really not right here. Oh, I guarantee I know what it is.
All the wrong stuff equipped.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was gonna
this is
say, I
wrong
think all of
password.
the Halloween armor
I'm
doesn't
stupid.
give effects anymore, but
The mask is cool, but really pointless.
Although I'm currently wearing Shaq's mask, which is pretty cool.
Playing
Playing Crucible with Shaq's heads is just funny.
You run around screaming into the mic. I am the best.
You have the points. Now hold them.
that
Yeah, that is not what I'm talking about.
okay. Then what do I do with that? Because when I go to
So when
Ikora,
you
that's
have
not an option.
when you have Shadowkeep,
I have Shadowkeep.
When you beat the
when you
campaign.
beat the campaign.
Gotcha. I'll be able to
She-
spend those.
Yeah, they are because I have 100 in my inventory and I have
Uh-huh.
100 in my mailbox because
Gotcha.
I can't do anything. They
Have you not
unlock.
beaten Shadowkeep?
It's the fact that all of you can buy are bounties for regular Glimmer to do Vex offensive and then those are used to buy frames, like in the Black Armory for an
I
SMG.
don't know what the Black Armory is. I just got the mission to
Honestly,
open it. I don't
Black
understand
Armory
what
is
it is.
cool, and the concept is cool, but it's very boring.
Is it?
It is, but
The woman that runs it's a
there,
bitch.
there's a lot of really good weapons that you can get with it.
I literally walked up to her and I was like, "Hi,
She doesn't
I don't
like
know who
you.
you are." I was like,
She doesn't
"You're
like
just
Guardians
sitting
or
off in your own little area. Like, who are you?" And she was like, "Hey, is anybody gonna give me some help to reopen
Also-
the Black Armory?" And I
yeah.
was like, "I'll help you do that." And she was like, "Good. Don't show your face around here again until you're done."
I also
I was
can't
like,
do the mission. I have to do a
what?
heroic Spire event. I've done like 30. Won't progress to the next level.
That's weird.
The fuck?
Hmm?
I said, "What the fuck?" I seriously though, why am I 825?
Cause
You get demoted.
No, like what's current max? 950, right?
960 is the
hard limit.
huh?
Hard limit. Take out artifact.
960 with pinnacle gear.
Oh, okay.
950 is a soft
I
cap.
thought Tyler
Not-
was saying 950 was.
So
pinnacle
so
gears.
950 is the most you're gonna get without doing like end game content like raids and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So your powerful gear that all maxes out at 950. Pinnacle gear is what gets you up to 960, and then you have your artifact, which can technically get you up to 999.
Yeah, my game's trying to tell me I'm 825, but I don't have anything that's lower than 9.
I can't. My shit. Either your internet's freaking out or my shit's not working. I don't know. Whatever.
What was the other thing?
No, I'm really sad because Pokemon came out, so I completely forgot to finish off everything to get Braytech Werewolf. No, I'm sad.
You didn't get it?
No. I never turned in the last.
British Werewolf, the assault rifle?
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's a man all
I
around.
didn't figure it was that great.
I also
It's
I,
just
the
the only
fact
good
that I
thing was
literally
it was-
only have like 5 guns.
Well, I was gonna say the only good thing was really it was 950, so I would put it in my inventory so that I got the boost in getting the armor.
Gotcha.
That was it.
I also never got
You have
a
5
full
guns, I had
completion
4.
on the Haunted Forest.
What was it? You
I
never,
never got a
completed?
ninth branch in any of the 3 weeks.
I did my first fucking
Even
run.
like, did you ever play by yourself or were you waiting on people?
I played occasionally, and then every time I played with you guys, we made it to like 8.
I was gonna say because this last week, like the last week it was, I needed to get my ninth. I just joined randoms and I got on my first try.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
I kept joining randoms, and we got to about 4th or 5th.
There we
and-
go.
and-
Now it's
and-
6, 941.
Yeah, it was like 4th or 5th, and like almost every single time there was one person that was botting. Like it would just it would just be somebody walking forward, and then they'd walk off the map, and then respawn and walk forward,
I
and
would
walk
be
off the
so
map. And
They're
pissed.
such just sluts.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
We
pissed.
play it on Xbox?
PC.
Weird. Seems like an Xbox thing.
I did get an.
I refuse to play that game on Xbox anymore for the most part, just from the fact of
It's
those
unplayable.
load times are bullshit.
Aren't they? I got
Like-
it on PlayStation 4 to play with like my coworkers and everything, and I've played it a couple times with them. But it's like, all right, log in, ready to choose character. Wow, it's been 15 minutes.
Yeah. Like you think that's an exaggeration. From
Yeah.
from turning the game on to you get to okay, here's my shit, press this to open the director is literally 15 minutes.
I literally.
Like it's bullshit on consoles.
Dude, where's all my shit?
Like it used to be pretty bad, but it's
Probably messed up.
terrible. now.
That's like
No, there it is. I finally found it.
that's just like the very beginning shit.
I got
Yeah.
Fighting Lion. That was what. I was
Fighting
gonna
Lion's
say.
a good.
That's what I got
Yeah.
from my Fabled Ingram this week.
Oh, Faded Ingram.
Faded.
Yeah.
No, the fact that it uses primary ammo.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I'm really sad I didn't
Excuse me.
have that when I was trying to do.
The grenade launch kills.
Yes, for Iron Banana.
I'm only 73.
Yeah, I'm 37. Hey, that's actually funny.
That is funny.
73. I'm 37.
I got
I'm
the.
like 12.
I did get the Crucible.
No, you'll grow up one of these days.
Thanks.
I did get the Crucible emblem, and it's almost like my emblem I use for streaming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very close.
You have 3 fucking characters.
Yeah, it's my Warlock, my Titan, my Hunter.
Gotcha.
Same
They're
here.
all no. I thought they were all 962.
No,
I was like, holy shit.
I could boost one if I wanted.
I literally haven't even finished my hunter, so I'm like, there's no reason to start 2 other classes until
I hear you.
finish
I will say,
Tyler's not here. We can't talk about the glory that is the recluse deep or the recluse nerf.
I'm so mad because we all went out to lunch and he literally was like, dude, you know by the time you get this gun, they're gonna nerf it, right? And I was like, don't fucking say that. And then
Well,
like a week later, that happened.
It seems like it's going to be a minor nerf, where all they're basically, from what I read, all they're basically doing is removing the precision damage buff.
they're basically making it so that way it doesn't make every hit precision. You can still get that much damage if you do precision
But
hits.
that's the thing, is you have to be good.
What? No, I thought it was the other way around.
Huh?
So Master of Arms right now buffs your damage to an obscene amount, more than Rampage. So that if I hit your body normal and it was 20 damage, and I hit your head precision, it was 30 damage. When I have Master of Arms, hitting your body would be 30 damage, hitting your head would be like 55 damage. What
Okay.
I heard they're doing is they're removing the precision 55, the precision will stay flat and not change.
So whether you hit head
But-
or
but-
body, it's still 30.
Right.
But
That's still half the damage is getting taken out.
what I saw was
Sort of, because if you get a kill, now you're doing damage. Even if I'm not hitting you in the head, I'm still doing an obscene amount of extra damage. It's like I am hitting you in the head.
With every
I
bullet.
just don't
What-
understand
what-
why this gun is literally dead.
Because right now,
dead.
right now, when I literally, if I like shoot a Cabal and I kill it, I go from doing like 230 damage a bullet in the body and like 560 damage in the head to literally like 755 in the head, where it takes 2 rounds to kill something. It's hysterical. So like when we were doing the Shattered Throne,
Yeah.
I was running through in a single magazine. As long as I killed the very first like taken scion that appeared, I didn't have to aim in. I could just turn and just like freaking Scarface, and they would all die because it's like every shot was in the head. Didn't matter.
That was the one thing that I thought I actually was able to do on Shattered Throne, because I feel like you guys 100% carried me through that. But it was just the fact of, I think it's like the second area. You're like running and doing platforming while you've got like mobs chasing you of like low level enemies. And I was just able to turn in like one shot, and then like my grenade would go off and take out like 8 of them.
6. And
I was
then
like,
now,
oh, that's great.
now, by the way, I have the Trinity whatever.
Trinity goal.
When you get a precision kill with that, it electrically charges the arrow, and when you fire it into the ground, it creates an electric burst. I did the same thing with Thrall. I hit a Thrall in the head, and it charged the arrow. I was like, "Is this an effect? I didn't know about this." And I shot the ground next to like 6 Thrall, and it just went and just killed everything. I was like, "That was really cool." Yeah. So if you get a precision kill with it, you don't technically have to hit the next person direct.
That's cool.
You
I
should
have an
hit right
actual
by him.
question, and I really do think we need to do this. I just thought about this. No, I think it's only on PC. Shit.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if the Squirrel Tree game came out. I was gonna say we need to do a stream while making. We need to do a stream where
Yeah.
we make Corey play. This game.
The start of the stream is just, all right, Corey,
It's,
you're really
it's-
gonna like this game.
It's PS4 and
It is PS4?
PS4
So
and
we can
mobile.
play it here.
Yeah, on the VR. The end of the stream will be me looking at the camera going, I really like this game.
That is still nothing this year has been as
Yeah,
funny.
I know. That was
is
pretty
that?
funny.
I'm
'Cause,
not
like,
even talking about the podcast.
I-
Nothing that has been released this
I
year.
felt fucking defeated when he's just like, he's like, no, you're gonna really like this game. So he plays a tree.
The best part was you were like, you know what? Okay,
No, it
I'll
is PC.
give it a chance. You know what?
Is this PC?
Steam, Oculus Store, and Oculus Store for Rift S.
But just
Hey,
the fact
Tyler
that
has
you were
a-
like, I'm gonna give.
He does.
Does he?
Well, he has a
It's a
HTC Vive.
But it still should, if it's HTC Vive is Steam.
Steam, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Acron. It's
Not even
Acorn, but like misspelled.
Spelled wrong.
ACRON. Attack of the Squirrels.
Jesus Christ.
But just the fact of like,
the golden acorns are
you're
under
like,
attack, and it's
okay.
up to you and your friends to protect them or steal them,
I think
depending on if you take on the role of an extraordinary protective tree or one of several crafty yet thieving squirrels.
the best part of this whole thing is just the fact of Corey was like, I don't think Nick knows me at all. He's like, listen, Corey, you're gonna love this game. And Corey's like, okay, I trust him. You know, we've been friends a long time. He plays a tree, and Corey's like, you have not fucking heard a word I've said for the last 12 years.
You were so sincere about it. No. Listen. You like this game.
Does work on HTC Vive.
So he plays a tree.
You can play it seated or standing.
Maybe we'll like this game.
Corey, it's only $20.
I believe it.
We need to play this just because it's content. We need to start doing more content than just
I know,
a weekly podcast.
I know.
Like, we've been talking
So,
about it for
do you
about
have Red
3 years
Dead?
now. I don't. I need to get it.
Me
Okay.
and Drake have been
But
playing
hey.
the fuck out of Red Dead all
I know, I
time.
haven't-
It's so fun.
I know. Thanks for the invite, by the way, because I was online when you guys were playing. But it's cool. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
It was like midnight. What were you still doing awake?
On like a Saturday.
Was that?
Yeah,
Yeah, fucker.
I know.
because I saw Valslin in the freaking Discord, and
Oh.
like,
Why didn't you jump in and say, "Hey, bitches"? We'd
I
have
was
been like,
playing
"Get
Fallen
on."
Order.
So it's nothing to fucking you. We didn't even see you were fucking online.
I was in Destiny Dorks.
I didn't see that at that point.
This is my thing.
By the way, I switched that all up on Destiny. I don't know if you guys noticed on Discord.
Yeah.
Destiny
Destiny has its own
subsection
category now.
Oh,
because it's like I felt like we were in it constantly. So why the fuck not?
uh,
But it's his worst game of the year.
Destiny?
Huh?
I said, but it's your
He didn't
worst
say
game.
worst
of the
game of the year.
Worst game of the year.
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
That's not what he said.
When
We said disappointing story.
Yeah, I know. But
Did not say worst game of the year.
I'm just giving him shit. Oh well,
Thanks, man.
my bad. The first 2 years it was out, it was the worst game of the year.
Yeah, no, I would wholly take. Yeah. I'd
Sorry.
do that.
Continue.
Even though year 2 was Forsaken.
Yeah, but you didn't like Forsaken. Or it took you forever to play it.
Because
You
I
refused
didn't
to play it.
Forsaken until like the month before Shadowkeep came out.
but no, what
That
I
was a refuse.
I would love to do some sort of machinima in
Agree.
Red Dead.
This is the thing. Are we actually gonna do it?
No, I know that's the issue.
Because last
feel
time
like
I bought
I feel
Grand
like-
Theft Auto 5 on PS4 because we all said we were gonna do some machinima on Grand Theft Auto.
yeah, but doing it on
we never
PS4
did
is
it.
so difficult.
It's the
Unless
exact same as doing
everyone,
it on PC.
unless every single person went out and got a capture card or something. Yeah, so like
you just
on
have
PC,
one person that films.
Yeah.
right? So on but at that point, I wasn't willing to buy a capture card. I wasn't even doing
Right,
all
but I
that
had a
shit.
capture card.
Did you have it at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
'cause he
had
bought
this
it-
capture
he bought
card
it
forever.
before that.
Oh, did you?
I mean I bought it before that, but I
thought
said
you bought
Oh,
it
I didn't
before
know that.
yeah.
See, because now I could just literally open up OBS and recording, and OBS takes 2% of your fucking CPU, so who cares?
I just want to do something. We've been talking for 3 years about how we could expand this, and it's just
We bullshit.
we don't.
Here we get to the lighthearted, depressing part of the conversation.
I was gonna burp, but nothing came out. No, I feel like if I write some sort of, not saying I'm gonna be the only writer, but I feel like if I start writing something, so like this is gonna sound weird. I like showering because
Good. I appreciate that.
I'm pretty
Fair.
sure everybody does. But
well, like my normal routine, I always showered in the mornings, but here lately I've been showering at night because I've been running late to work. I've been getting in trouble. So,
Oh,
like
fuck! I forgot about that. Shit,
last night,
I can't be late to work anymore.
so last night I was showering and it turned into like an hour and a half shower because at one point I realized I had my foot up on the ledge, like with the curtain, and all I was doing was thinking of plot lines for the fucking D&D game. And I arrived at a really cool one, and that is what I'm doing. So I enjoy it because
that we're not gonna follow it.
I know. So that's exactly what I was going with. It is I played out this whole plot line in my head of exactly how you guys can go, what'll happen, the different things I can employ that would make it so awesome, so fucking cool. And I'm like, at the very end, as I'm getting that shot, I'm like, why did I just think of all of that? I want to do it, but they're gonna fucking fall straight off the rails.
This is
And
why it's gonna be like, okay, we're leaving the town. Are you sure you want to leave the town? You sure you don't want to go and look at this?
I've held back on making a
this wall
babysitter.
over here.
I feel pretty proud of that. Fucking what's the paladin's name in gamers?
Sir Osric.
Yes, I have not yet made a Sir Osric.
You have a paladin. Ah, fucking babysitter.
What was the? Oh,
He's
it was
lawful
Gamers Live.
stupid.
We went and saw Gamers Live, and they were doing a live D&D, and they're going through, and it gets to the end of the game, and the DM is they finally they finally get to the town they're supposed to be going to,
Yeah.
and the DM is just like, fucking finally, and he was like, it took an hour and a half to get here. I had that written to take about 5-10 minutes. And they're like, how the fuck were we supposed to figure this out? And he was like, oh, I don't know, because there's a map on the tavern wall that I had written out that was there. Oh, and then also the guy that walked up to you guys and talked to you at the beginning had a map. You guys decided to kill him. And then on top of that, it was in his pocket. So you could have looted him and found the map. You chose to burn his body, which burned the map. You're just like, motherfucker.
And then you needed to destroy the evidence. So you set the tavern on fire.
Yeah.
Guess
Burn
what?
down
The other person that had a map was accidentally locked in the basement because you guys fucking locked him in the fucking basement and you killed him. And then blah, blah, yeah, it was
We were
Gamers
so
Live.
mad.
It was so funny.
We were dying.
But Dakota said apparently there's a couple screen recorders that work well on mobile.
Interesting.
Apple just comes with its own screen recorder.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's built into the iPhone.
Mr. Nice.
iPhones for gaming.
I mean, who else is buying the ROG2 phone? This guy?
I want to. I don't. I have no way to affordably purchase it.
You know how you could afford
You
it?
could sell a kidney.
Oh. We all had much different answers right there.
I'm
You're-
I'll
gonna
be
say
honest.
you're
I'm surprised
responsible
I was the
saving
one that
money.
went with that direction.
So you're saying he should just like a water chugging competition?
Correct.
Or a hot dog eating
Good
competition.
job, Bard. Play your fucking organ lute.
Now it sounds like a flute.
Retune it. Now it sounds like
Even Skylar's just like, what is going on?
Look at Skylar. Skylar had no fucking clue.
God, that was 2 months of planning.
So worth it. So worth it.
I literally wasted.
Best waste of a
the
level
worst
up ever.
part is I leveled up and I did it. So this is the only thing, okay? I want you to know how much I care about you. So to do this to you, I not only wasted my level when I leveled up, I wasted my perk of major magic casting, which now means I cannot take major magic casting again, and I cannot change what spell I took for it. So I gave up the entire option to use magic to fuck with you.
That is D&D, baby.
I'm really sad too because I did it, and then afterwards I was like, "Cause I'll just take it again." And Nick was like, "No, you can't take that. Is it a feat? No,
Yeah.
feat. It's a the other
Feats you
one.
can't take more than once.
Okay, then that's
Well,
what it was.
certain feats you can, actually.
I don't think that one you can.
I think it's just feet. You only have 2 of them. It's not plural.
Yeah.
Proud foots.
Proud feet.
What was I gonna say? No, I'm excited for this. I actually have to cohesively write. I need to start taking better notes too, because you guys.
Oh my god, that's in like 2 weeks.
The fuck? I don't even remember what you guys are just trying to decide on. Absalom.
We're heading back to Absalom because we're in the
Not-
place we need to
well,
be in, but nobody has any fucking
problem
clue about
is-
anything. In all of the libraries, nobody has any information
That's
except for
not
the
true.
one library that somehow.
that the 2 nobles could go back to this time, not in disguise, and not fuck it up.
Or maybe if you're not bribing a fucking goblin to fucking floss on a
This is-
banister.
This is my only
Alright.
thing. You all knew you should not have left us all alone.
We left you with a goddamn babysitter.
You're so stupid.
Wasteful.
You are so stupid.
We need multiple camera angles for that.
Apparently. Oh shit! And it's
Yeah.
on my computer.
I'm gonna say it's all over his computer. So if the stream cuts in the middle of this, we know Nick's MSI is not waterproof.
Or rye proof.
What?
That's
Oh, it's
that's
okay.
his
That's
bad.
the fan in the bathroom turned on, and I thought the fan on your computer was ramping up, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
No.
I was like, "That's not good." Oh my god, Nick, it's leaking out the back.
What?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no, Joe! It's leaking off of right here,
Oh yeah, no, that's a separate hinge.
Joe. Yeah, it's leaking from right here.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, get that clean.
Don't close the laptop. We're
I'm not.
streaming.
We're streaming.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Wasteful.
Well, at least it's alcoholic, you know. I mean,
Yeah, it will evaporate.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
What was I gonna say? No, it's. I will be completely honest here without trying to give anything away. You guys have missed the most obvious answer, and have even discussed it, and still walked right by it. Walking being a exemplary.
If I guess it right here on the podcast, tell me if it's right.
Okay,
If I can guess it, okay? I'm supposed to fuck Vita.
that is correct. Why else do you think you got her bow? Hey there, baby. Whoa, whoa.
You is her bow.
Pull on her heartstrings.
Oh, that was actually pretty clever.
String.
Strength
Strange.
Where's my glass at?
on the floor.
No, I picked it up.
Oh, Joe picked it up. Okay. That one's mine?
Well, that one is. One of these.
This is it.
I was going to say, I thought it was a round one. Okay.
We should start wrapping up here soon.
It's around
we got
there.
like 5 minutes till it's 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
If only we'd started at 8.
We did.
7:30.
No, we started at
7:30.
8:10, and then you came down here around 8:30.
No, it was not that
I'm
I
late.
was gonna say.
I'm kidding. It was 3
We
minutes.
started at 8. We started at 4 in the afternoon. You came down around midnight.
True.
Yeah.
Remember that time Skylar had to go to the hospital and everyone was talking about it, and you're like, "Yeah, he's still in the hospital. He's with Helena right now. They're taking care of him." And he comes walking down the stairs,
What?
and you're like, "When did you get home?"
No, I don't remember that.
This is in the town hall, the townhouse when we all lived there
In Tuscan Point?
in Well, well, I guess it doesn't exist anymore, so that's fair.
Doesn't.
It's, no,
Uh,
it's South. Or, no.
Let's not say it on the fucking internet, people.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is where we used to live 5 years ago.
Yeah, public records. Like, I get asked all the time as security for my bank if I
I'm
live
going to
this place.
find out what your fucking social security number is, and I will release it on this
You
podcast.
probably could.
It
It's not that- I feel
probably
like it's not that
has
hard. Yeah, it's,
a
somebody
number
has
in it.
probably already used it. Anyway, it was when he got his gallbladder removed.
I do not remember this.
It was right before Gen Con when Life Taker came down.
I do remember that.
I know because we did that one shot with Darth Dolan. God, that was so much fun.
Darth Dolan was fucking amazing.
That was before your time.
That was way before your time.
You weren't born yet.
Cool.
No, you weren't in our friends group at that point in
Yeah.
time.
We just there's a buddy of
You were
mine.
still in your dad's.
There's a buddy of mine from my hometown that came down for Gen Con one year, and we decided to do a one shot. Adrian started, and everyone was picking names, and he just was like, "I'm gonna be Darth Dolan," and proceeded to play. What was it? It was like he made it a Sith duck, and just proceeded to roleplay. It was
And,
fantastic.
and at that point in time, I was just like, "It's a one shot. Fuck it. Let's do this. Let's roll with it." And yeah, it was.
No, stop.
I'm not giving it to you. You have to drive me home.
I spilled all of mine.
That is fair.
You give it to me.
Except now the
That's
only
fair.
bad thing is if he gets pulled over, he's gonna smell obscenely of booze.
I literally had that happen once. I was pulled over for speeding, and the cop was like, "You reek of alcohol." I was
I'm
like,
a bartender.
"I spilled a lot of drinks on me tonight." He was like, "I was like, no, I bartend." He's like, "Right,
Did he actually like test you? Like,
breathalyzer."
did he?
I blew a 0.0. He was like, "Oh,
I think it's
Okay,
hilarious
you-
that
you
how many
go.
times have you had a breathalyzer already?
once."
Already, but is that it?
Yeah,
I've never been breathalyzed.
Yeah, I know. Neither have I. Neither has Shannon.
Yeah, I know. You've been in my car the whole time. I look back, Joe.
on
I just
a
sit back here
completely
waiting for the
separate
police
note.
to stop you, and then I start jerking it really hard.
On a completely separate note.
You got a speed
To be
ticket
fair.
because you were hoard.
What?
Got
Yeah,
out of-
that too. But I was gonna say on a
Have you ever
completely
got a
separate
story?
note.
That's some bullshit.
You can pass a breathalyzer by putting a penny under your tongue while you're doing it.
That's not real.
Okay. I know a couple people who have
Get
tried that.
fucking wrecked.
They already proved that wrong.
Sorry.
They just want you to look like an
That's so
idiot
much-
while you're trying to do that.
I just want to watch Superstore.
I am so excited that after what year are we in?
2019.
So about 9, somewhere between 9.
Are
to
you
11
okay?
Years.
You just asked us what year it was.
Yeah, because I think it's the 90s. No, it's been about 11 years or so. I finally.
Yes, I know Gummy Bears is back on television, but that doesn't mean it's the 90s.
Dad is starting to watch Firefly.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
Dad's gonna start it this weekend. I'm so excited. So my dad, I gotta tell you this story quick.
Make him watch it in the order it aired.
That's how it is on the Blu-rays. No. What? Why?
The sketch of his brain. is
He was
dead.
like, of course. Why?
I thought you were
any
saying
other one?
don't watch it in the episode.
No. Start with the train robbery.
Yes, start with episode 2.
That was episode 3.
No, 2. They just skipped the pilot that set everything up and explained who everyone is. No, so my dad is watching a show, and he called me and was like, seriously, this show is fantastic. And I said, what are you watching? And he was like, oh shit, it's The Rookie. He was like, I'm watching The Rookie. It's got Nathan Fillion in it. He was like, I forgot how like funny Nathan Fillion is. Or no, he hadn't seen Nate. He was like, I love Nathan Fillion. He's really great. I was like, yeah, it's fantastic. And he was like, and then guess who's guest starring on this episode? And I said, who? And he goes, Alan Tudyk. You know, the guy from Knight's Tale and
Oh
Tucker
my
and Dale.
God.
And I was like, yeah. And he was like, they have great chemistry. They need to do a show together. And I was like,
They have.
and it was like Firefly. And he was like, Alan Tudyk's on Firefly? And I was like, he's the fucking pilot. And my dad was like, oh. Yeah, I might give that a try. So I literally gave him the DVD. Or my,
He's
Blu-ray.
Wash.
My dad, he hasn't seen it.
know,
I don't know
but
why I was
he's
saying my dad hasn't
Like
seen it.
a leaf.
Leaf in the wind.
Hey guys. How do reavers wash their spears?
If your dad's watching,
Dad already saw the movie.
No, he hasn't. That was you, me, and Tia.
Oh, I thought Dad was with us.
Never mind. But he knows where I'm going with this.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Nathan Fillion told that at a Comic Con, and fucking like Alan Tudyk just like walked off set. Just like I'm done.
Yeah.
Good show.
Great show.
Fantastic show.
Canceled way
Should be,
before it
should
should
be.
have been.
I don't have anything else to add.
I will say, anytime somebody brings up that show, though, the first thing I think of is Gamers 2, where he's
It was
singing.
in the box.
He's singing the
Yeah.
the theme to.
Oh, that's Firefly. No, that's 3.
That is 3.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're right. Damn.
Yeah.
Check out the big brain on Joe.
It's big brain time.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No, one last thing is, out of everyone here who has Pokemon, is it just Nick?
I have both.
When do you have time to do and play
Yeah,
all these games?
And this is the problem. This is why he never has money. He complains about how, I wish I had money. I wish I could do this.
No, it's not even the money thing.
And,
It's like I feel like he's a vampire and he just never sleeps.
He doesn't play half of them, though. I guarantee you, he will not play Fallen Order for
Well,
about 6 months.
But Adrian will play it. He'll watch it. I would count that
I don't.
because
that's-
you watched
that's like
Mass
why-
Effect, right?
So this
Mass
is my
Effect
question.
And you understand the whole story and
So if
For the
I
most
go
part,
and
yeah.
watch a YouTube video of just the cutscenes from Fallen Order, that counts?
can we be fair in saying that not just the cutscenes? He's not going to just watch the
gonna
cutscenes.
watch
He's going to
the
watch the gameplay and everything, right? People do that all the time because they enjoy the story behind the game.
That's what story mode's for.
Now, the gameplay, in my opinion, is phenomenal.
I was told it's really hard.
No, it is not.
Well,
I'm not being sarcastic. I was told play it on easy.
I know somebody who played on the hardest difficulty until the final boss and had to switch it down to medium. Because so what happens, and I really enjoy this personally, when you up the difficulty, it doesn't just make enemies have obscene amounts of HP and then they do obscene amounts of damage.
It adds extra elements.
It makes it so you have to parry on time. So in easy mode, you can pretty much hit the button and then you parry it. On medium, you have to hit it you have like a second leeway. On the hardest difficulty, if you barely miss it, all you're going to do is block. And when it comes to unblockable things, good fucking luck.
Dodge.
It's just the final fight, without going into too much detail. So like there's a sidestep and there's a dodge. Double hitting. I play with a controller. I would heavily recommend playing with a controller.
You heard it here,
I-
folks. I was actually going to ask you that because you're playing on PC. I was going to ask you if you were
Yes.
playing with a controller. Okay.
He
So
said
it-
he had a controller earlier. He was like,
Yeah.
I moved my controller, and I was like,
Well,
I
so
played with a controller.
when you start the game, it actually recommends playing with a controller.
Who was it?
The same way if you've ever played Dark Souls, play it with a controller.
Yeah.
Dark
Do not-
Souls is bullshit.
do
with a
not
keyboard
play it
and mouse.
with
It's actually a lot easier if you use a Guitar Hero guitar.
Or DDR pad.
Or I saw a
Some
thing
of them
online the other day. It was
I can't even play the game with a
It
controller.
was a custom controller that's a skull, and just above one eye socket is one thumbstick. Behind the head was another thumbstick, and then the buttons were on the teeth.
Can you play that with your
And,
dick?
and like I was looking, I was like, how does anybody even use this? And then I was like looking in the description, and it was like not really recommended for use to play games. I was like, so why is this a custom
Yeah.
controller?
So one other thing,
Should have been play this game with the chainsaw from Resident Evil 4.
I want to become a famous streamer. And the reason for that does anyone follow Ray not from Achievement Hunter, but used to be from Achievement Hunter on
Yeah.
Twitter?
Brown Man?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Did you see what he got?
No.
No.
I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. We should start looking at
Good now.
heading out because I have to be at work at.
Okay, while Corey gets it, I'm gonna chug this.
No, you're not. Oh, by the way, so the reason I went ahead and decided to open this, this stuff is amazing. It is hard as fuck to find.
And that's why you threw it on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's insanely difficult to find.
Jelly.
The only place I've ever been able to find it is
Jesus
On your carpet?
Christ, how
the
many- Are
distillery.
those meant to be given out? or-
Xbox gave them all to give out. Yes.
Okay.
I
I was gonna say, I was like, God, that guy's set for a lifetime.
It's the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I'm so jelly.
but
That's fine. He'll sell it on eBay in a couple weeks.
No, he has a
Just
wall
kidding.
behind him that
Does
has
he?
like all his gamer memorabilia.
but no, the only place I can ever find this like to where I can see it every time.
We sell that
That's
hard drive.
fucking amazing.
Right.
Dude, I literally had to argue with someone the other day because they walked in and were like, I need a hard drive for my PlayStation. And I said, okay. So I took him over to the external hard drives, and he was like, no, for the PlayStation. I was like, yeah, these. And he was like, no, you're not understanding me. I need it for the PlayStation. It'll say PlayStation on it. And I said, I have those hard drives you're referring to. They're the exact same as these, only it says PlayStation, and it's double the price. And he was like, they're not the same. And I was like, okay, fine. So I sold him one. I was like, okay, here you go.
Just use a properly rated USB cable and you say something. But no, anyway, so the only place I can ever find this is the distillery. Guess where we will be this entire next weekend?
That distillery. Why did you said that like Timothy Oliphant? The way you went, Billy's mother.
No,
Nice twist, huh? Didn't see it coming. Did you?
no, but I mean we're
No.
gonna be less than a mile away from the distillery while we're down there. So I was like,
we're gonna waste a lot of time at the distillery.
huh?
I feel like we're gonna waste a lot of time at the distillery.
I'm literally walking in, buying that. Adrian's buying chocolate, and we're leaving. So that's gonna be like $120.
How much is that?
$100 a bottle.
The guy that's constantly complaining about like, oh, you have
I
no
don't wanna drink
money, is about to go blow $120 on a fucking bottle of whiskey.
$100 on a bottle of whiskey, $20 on a box of chocolate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hershey ain't good enough for you, bitch.
It's really good chocolate.
Dove ain't good enough for you, bitch.
It's really good chocolate.
Ghirardelli ain't good enough for you, bitch.
Dove's good enough for my dog, apparently.
That's fair.
28 fucking
To be
pieces.
fair,
I actually no, 24 pieces.
And then she threw it up.
Dove's chocolate
Karen
tastes better than their
Carpenter.
soap.
This is very true.
You missed my
What?
joke. So like Karen Carpenter, she ate 24 pieces of chocolate and then threw it right back up.
That's all right. What reason?
hi, my name's Corey.
Joe.
He hasn't done his
Shanna.
sign off yet.
Put down my Ragnaros.
I was gonna say his name into the camera.
Oh, okay.
Doing his voice. What was I expecting? Why did I even say anything?
I was gonna be all like, "My name is Ragnar," and I was like, "It's so stupid." Like, the, do you remember? Listen to this. Bye.
And I'm Nick. Till next week. See you guys later. Bye.
I love you.